Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over, this is going to relate to the cryptocurrency guys, but we're going to go through the traditional financial markets because I know that some of you guys want the stuff right here with the other smaller cap cryptos and checking those out, guys. But at the end of the day, the traditional financial markets need to finish their correction, go into a correction, and get that done. Okay. So the SP 500 has been going sideways. So I'm going to make my case for that. Okay, guys. So we're going to go through that. DXY, I keep hearing about DXY. Now, I had to say something about that. I posted a video about a gentleman talking about the poison and the venom that goes on in the market, man. This is like, this is probably the worst time to pay attention to anything on Twitter and on YouTube's and on the news. It's pretty bad, guys. It's really, really bad. The venom and the poison and everything that's out there right now in the markets is just terrible. Um, I kind of keep tabs on it a little bit, but it's really, really bad, guys. I mean, it's like I traded in the 90s, and it's not even, this isn't even close. And obviously there was no social media or anything like that. So all you could do was really, what was it? I watched the news. You could get some information on the internet a little bit, and you could get newsletters, okay, things like that. But now it's pretty bad. So that guy made a point that I posted that on Twitter about that video that for that reason, a lot of people lose money because it does get into their mind, plague their mind, and then they either get out of position or they don't ever enter into a position or anything like that. So I'd be careful, guys. Like there's a saying that be careful what you read. You just might believe it. So I'll just leave it at that for the time being, guys. All right. I've been doing some, looking at stuff. Traditional financial markets are looking not great right now. I mean, they're probably still an uptrend, but going into a correction. But here's the DXY, guys. This is just the DXY, man. It's just going on and on. I still think it's in a downtrend, guys. It's just in a counter trend, and you can see, from the RSI how this is getting dragged up. As a matter of fact, you want the DXY to get up there and take these oscillators and suck them back up so it can trend back down. So these are like bearish moves. Okay. So you're looking at the trend and then it's coming back up into the daily. So like with Bitcoin or some of the other assets, how I'm trying to look at it. Okay. It's coming down to correct it, right? By making hidden bullish divergence, when it's correcting to go back up. Well, this is just the opposite, making hidden bullish divergence to bring it back up to go back down. And you can see in this oscillator right here on the daily oscillator down the stochastics that there's this peak. And then you can see this momentum, though that's higher, it's lower down here. Okay. But you really want to see this get back up, guys, to start dragging these oscillators back up in the DXY, and then I'll start trending back down. And it clearly looks like it could be it looks three wave-ish to me, for sure. And everything's pointing towards a corrective bounce. But I would like to see it get up, 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 up. And then all those people on Twitter going, see, told you so, told you so. Everything's going to be going down. But yeah, for the most part, the DXY, if it's going up, it's going down. People are paying way so much attention to this. The DXY has a history of going up while Bitcoin and risk on assets go up too, guys. So it's not 100%, but you keep tabs on it, if you will. So I just leave it at that for right time being, guys. So now the Dow Jones Industrial, I'm going to go over the Dow Jones. It's in a correction, so we could just take a look at the basics of it. Okay, I'll let you guys know that this is a correction, and you have a move over here, and then you have a correction, and then you have a move over here, and it's correcting back down again. Okay, the daily oscillator and the RSI was, here's its move. You got divergence right there, so impulsive move, and then corrects back down that leg. Okay, meaning you're going to get a pump over here, and there's your divergence for your impulsive move, and now it's over here correcting it. And I suspect that the Dow Jones Industrial is not done yet. So maybe you can see that oscillator, the RSI, get down there a little bit more. So it'll be correcting that leg. Okay. And with the Dow Jones Industrial, you have a impulsive move, a long dragged out 3-wave WXY correction, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's over here, 1, 2, and probably come down maybe on top of that area, right? That area right over there, guys. And that probably could be a 1, 2. And this is either A, B, and up for C. And this is a 1, 2 of a C leg, is what I'm gathering for the Dow Jones Industrial, guys. So the Dow Jones Industrial actually looks, it's strong compared to some other things, guys. So that's how I see that. I'm going to go over the S&P 500 with you guys too. The S&P 500 is in the same position. Now, if you overlay the Dow Jones Industrial, when the S&P 500 made this flat move in the middle, okay, it made that flat. So you get a 3 and a 3 and a 5 for a flat in the middle, and an impulsive move over here. And the S&P 500 made an impulsive move over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's probably going to come back down. It's taking its time. You want to see it come back down in there. And let's check this out in the RSI for its leg, okay, to get this back down here, guys, okay? And then it can do another leg up. So it remains to be seen what is it doing, but here's the path. It's either A or 1. Here's this correction. And then here's another one, and then here's another correction. So is this A, B, and it's going up for C? That's what I'm gathering it could be doing. And that could be 1, 2 of the C leg, guys, is what I am checking out with the S&P 500, okay? So another thing is let's go over the financials, because this has all the banks in it. And I'll show you something I was looking at right here, okay? This has all the banks in it. So everybody's very, very bearish on this. And it doesn't look very pretty, does it? Doesn't look pretty at all. This has all the banks in it, guys. This is what's really a lot of, on the daily, you can see with the financials, S&P 500 financials is going up into a wave. And then you look at this right down, all the way down there. Reset that whole cycle. That's hidden bullish. So it's over here doing its move, okay? So you have a move right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's this impulsive move. There's this 3-wave swing. 3-wave swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for its ABC. And if you check this, you could be witnessing a 1, 2, 1, 2 wave sequence. And by the way, some people are looking like that know what they're doing, are actually looking at hacking some banks and getting into them to buy them at the bottom, right? Isn't it about buying at the bottom and selling at the top? So I was making sure that this, the financials here in this wave, and this massive correction that it did, and it hit 786. Now it did wick down to 886, but 786 is a nice wave 2 target. Okay, so and now it's over here. Okay, it's over here in this section. All right, it's over here in this section, and came out of there, and it's trying to recover out of all this from the banking stocks. So this is an area that you know, this wick, gonna have to see how this one is going to play out in this area, guys. But you know, is it correcting here to, you know, this looks 3-wave-ish? Do you count this wick right here? You know, you can take out the wick. And is it a diagonal move, and is it 3-wave? What's going on over here? So I'm going to let that one play out, guys. You want to keep an eye on some of the other areas of the S&P 500, like the bank stocks. But I look at the equal weight S&P 500. Okay, this is equal weight S&P 500, and it went up into an impulsive move. It did this flat. Okay, over here, same thing, and it's over here. Now with looks like it made a a move right there, possibly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's in a long drawn out correction in this section. Okay. So you just have to see how this is going to play out over here. I don't want signpost. In this section in a 3-wave, and then maybe come back down a little bit more and get out of there. So yeah, is it A? And then is this a massive B? And then it's working on a C? It could be, guys, or maybe it's bullish. People don't even realize it. So it could be. And see, it's the same thing. Now, the NASDAQ, I want to go over with you guys too, is the NASDAQ is, you know, I really want to see it correct, guys. You want this to correct while Bitcoin is correcting, okay? I'm expecting downside right there. But you have the same thing right here with the NASDAQ, guys. You know, you got a 1, 2, 3, 4 for a diagonal, and it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a flat move in there. And now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably something like that, guys. Okay. That's how I'm looking at the NASDAQ. Now, let me make my case for this in the middle. This move right here. It looks very, very impulsive, doesn't it? Very, very impulsive. And it's definitely suspect. Because if you take the NASDAQ, I'm going to put it on the weekly chart. Okay, guys? This is what's concerning, is the move that it made out of here, right? Okay? So the move that it made. Let me go back to a daily chart. Maybe get a little more clarity on it. Because it looks... This move is, it's looking like this whole thing is like a 1, maybe a 1 to here, a 2, and then a 3, or some sort of correction, and then back down, and it's over here completing this section, making you think that this whole thing right here, and then there's going to be a crash over here, right? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so, because of this move right here is a B wave. And I'll show you. I'll make my case for that. So if this is an impulsive move, one of the things you want to do, right, to find an impulsive move, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Between the 5th wave and the 3rd wave should be divergence, right? Less momentum, usually. So we're going to go to a 2-hour chart. And I'll show you. That's an ABC move. Okay, here it is in the RSI. Let me bring it down a little bit. Yeah, let me bring it down like so. And I'm going to get this wave sequence in here for you guys, okay? And remain calm. Let's remain calm, okay? Here is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my A wave. Okay? You see that trend that it went on? Up to there? Here's the trend in the 2-hour RSI. Right to there. And then it broke that trend. Okay, right there. Boom. And now it went on to another trend all the way up there. So here's that trend again. So this trend's a little bit different. Okay, let me grab that. So here's that trend, just like so. Boom, 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 boom. And then it back test, went above it and broke it up in that area. But here's that peak and here's the A peak. You see? So now what I can do is I'm going to put this trend right here, like so, and put it on top of there and on top of there. And then I'll take another trend from that A wave to the B to that C wave, and you can see, boom, 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 no divergence. Okay, so it's a B wave, guys. It's a B wave. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for A. Back down for B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for C. And then this wave, if you take it off log, this wave is along the not the shortest wave. This wave is the shortest wave. This wave is longer than this wave by a few ticks. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then blew off on a 5. Come back over here. Okay. It probably, the NASDAQ, since all the stocks, you know, the Apples and the let's see, logarithmic, the Apples, the Microsofts and the Teslas, the FANG stocks, the big stocks, guys. So this what happened right here, in my opinion, is you got this move and boom, it didn't break the low. Bought the dip, blowing up that B wave, but it came back down into a flat. Boom. Okay. So with the NASDAQ, you have A, B, and then potentially a move over here, and it's going to go up to complete a C. Now, if you're bullish, okay, if you're bullish, then this is 1, 2, and then this is 1, 2, and then it's getting out of there, guys, okay? So I'm not that bullish on it yet, but just because of this move right here, guys, this is going to matter for Bitcoin. This move, and then a three-way move, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That move right there, okay? It made a flat right in the middle. It could be a serious trick because if this is 1, 2, 2, and it's over here, it's going to correct. You could see maybe another smaller wave, and then boom, it could get out of there, guys. Okay. Now the flat was concerning because I said that the NASDAQ the S&P 500 didn't make a move like that, but I found a move on the NASDAQ that did do a move like that in the second wave. So you come out here to the weekly. Okay. Come over here to the weekly. Where is my move? Right here. Okay. This move. This is the wave 1, extended wave 1, and this is wave 2. This is the 1987 crash. Boom. And it ripped out of there. 3 waves. 3 waves. For its nice little flat. You can check it out on the monthly. Okay. Here it is on the monthly. You see that flat? That's a big one. That's a gigantic one. That would have been an arduous time to be in the NASDAQ from 1987 crash, went back up into a third 3-wave move, and then another one back down to basically same spot in February 91. So a 3-year flat, guys. You can see on the monthly, there's your 3rd wave peak, and there's your 5th, probably your 5th or your 3rd. So your 1 is right there. And you can see right in this area, that flat 87 crash, drop it. It could go up, and it dropped it again. And then there's your 3rd wave peak. Okay. Your 5th or your 3rd. There's your 4th wave right there. And boom, there's your 5th wave blow off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it happening over here? Or like I said, you see how this is going up? You see how this came down and went way back up to a 3rd wave to break the all-time highs and came back down? That's what I think possibly could be going on over here, guys. So let me go back out to a daily. Is it going to be doing something like that over here? This is like an A, and then this whole section's a B, and then it'll come back down and it'll rip off a C. Right? This will rip off a C like so. So here's your A, your massive B, and then is it ripping off a C to get back up into these areas, only to come back down again? Because if you go to the monthly RSI, that could happen, guys. I'm going to pay attention to that. Come back out here to the monthly, right? Like that, you see? Is it correcting this cycle even more? Boom, bring it back up, only to go like that. Okay, so you can see in the NASDAQ cycle here, 2008, right? Here's the whole cycle. It broke it, basically. Came back down, broke it. Is it going to come back up in this section down here, only to come back down to reset it, just like it did over here? That peak, okay, back, 87 crash, back up in 3 waves, back all the way back up there, only to come back down again. Okay, that's how I'm looking at that, guys. That'll make a difference for Bitcoin, because you go back over to let's go over to the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin 26, go to the weekly chart. You know, if the NASDAQ is going to be doing something like that, guys, and it's not, its rally is going to be going up there, then you can expect Bitcoin to be making moves up there. Okay. How high is it going to go? But it'll be going up to do a crash. And if the NASDAQ is going to go up to near all-time highs, I mean, I would think that the Bitcoin would be getting up into those areas too, guys, only to have a mega crash over there like the NASDAQ. Okay. So, you know, this is an area to pay attention to it on Bitcoin. Obviously, make sure you keep track of certain levels. You know, one of the key areas is going to be about 25.2, 24, 24.3, that area, right in that area, guys. I have it on a weekly chart. I am expecting on my SMAs for it to come down and test the 21 period moving average, which you can see with this trend that I have on there. That 21 period moving average going right along that trend too. Okay. So come down into that area, 25.2, something like that. Okay. After a little bit of a counter trend rally back down to see what it's going to do. Okay. In the meantime, though, you're looking at the daily chart and it is doing a really, really good job. Let me take off the SMAs for the time being. It's doing a pretty decent job of resetting the cycle over here, guys. So if it does a little counter trend rally and gets back down there, I would expect some sort of rally in that section. But the canary in the coal mine right now is the NASDAQ, guys. The NASDAQ really needs to do a correction, okay? It really needs to get on with it and be done. And I don't know why it's just hanging out up there. My guess is that a lot of people are buying the dips and it has that momentum, the bullish momentum, right? And it's just slowing up, and that bullish momentum is starting to slow a little bit, but it's not ready to turn around and make a correction. But you want to see that. So you want to see what the NASDAQ is going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then where is it going to correct to? Is it there all the way down here? Or is it going to, you know, correct the whole length of that wave? You know, what kind of correction is it going to have? You know, don't know 100% sure if it's this whole thing. If it is that whole thing, then this is a multi-month correction. There's all kinds of different various ways that you can go with that, guys. So, you know, this right here needs to correct this leg. It's not going to keep going like that. I mean, it could melt up a little bit more, guys, but the higher this goes on and keeps going, you know, the more drastic this correction is going to get over here, is the way I look at that. So, you know, this is preventing me from being like really, really bullish on, for the time being, short term on Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies until that's finished. Okay. Now, Bitcoin could finish its correction before the NASDAQ because it started its correction before the NASDAQ on the 15th of April. And the NASDAQ hasn't started a correction yet. And it's in May. It's still trending up. So maybe Bitcoin is going to finish it and then take off out of there before the NASDAQ does, you know, because on the 22nd of December, and you come over here, where's the 22nd of December is when it made that B wave, that counter trend rally right there, okay, out of the flat move, okay? So that happened about the same time, but it just remains to be seen, guys. I think it's just going to be a little bit more patient, waiting for it. So that's how I see it with the NASDAQ, guys. The NASDAQ, it really is a canary in the coal mine. It needs to correct. And I just see Bitcoin going sideways, maybe down a little bit more until that is over with. On the NASDAQ, I don't see much upside until that's corrected and done and over with. All right. That's how I see it, guys. Unless there's some sort of thing where the you know, Bitcoin finishes correction and maybe it'll as an example, it's in here, and then maybe it finishes a correction somewhere in this area, and then you just start to see it go sideways and up a little bit, possibly, you know, kind of like what it did maybe down here in this section, right? In this section right over here, and just kind of making moves like that. I mean, it could do something like that, guys, but I'm just want to see what the NASDAQ is going to do this week. And I want to see, I mean, I really want to see it go down. Sorry about the bulls, man. But I mean, if you're bullish on the NASDAQ, you should want to see a correction for it to continue to go back up. If you're bullish, technically, if you're bullish, you want to see that. Okay. Corrections are good, just like right here. You know, it went up and then it came back down. That was your buy opportunity on the NASDAQ. Boom, came back down. There's another opportunity right there. Corrections are opportunities. You want to see the corrections so you have opportunities to get back in and ride that wave back up. That's how I see it, guys. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.